Hello, I'm Roy Smith. I'm the Operations Manager for Medway Youth Service, and I'm going to tell you a bit about what we do and how we work with young people in the Medway area. First off, Medway Youth Service works with young people from 8 to 19 years old and up to 25 for those with additional needs. We deliver a really wide programme of activities from health and wellbeing work to arts and creativity, community participation, global environmental issues, independent living and sports and recreational activities. All our activities are designed with young people so that they have a say in how those activities look and what we do and when we do it. This is a little sample of some of the ideas about how young people think about the youth service. On the right hand side you see really our mission statement that was written with young people. They describe us as a place for young people to have opportunities to learn, where we understand young people and they feel safe and have fun, which I think really sums up what we try to offer. Our offer comes in a variety of different ways, and I'm going to talk a little bit about each of those. Over lockdown, we know that it was really sad and we had to close some of our youth provisions and we weren't able to open the way that we normally like to. However, our team were really quick to be able to turn this round and develop online sessions for young people, running nearly 500 sessions between April and August 2020. Young people were able to engage in activities such as the book club, working with people from the library service to read and talk about books that they found interesting, such as Harry Potter. People would learn how to do anime online, took part in role-playing games and Minecraft club, and some young people were able to take part in their Duke of Edinburgh online award. We also had young people doing online cooking sessions, cooking along with youth workers at home after having food parcels put through to them. These have been really exciting and were really quite challenging, but we know we were able to support a lot of young people that way. Another thing we did was we had sessions available which were talk to a youth worker, where young people could book time to talk to one of their youth workers about any problems they were having, or just really about anything they felt interested in during that time. And that was a really well used service. We're learning from this and we're continuing to use some of these methods ongoing, regardless of whether we're in lockdown or not. From August, we started delivering detached youth work again, getting out and working with young people where they meet, in streets, in parks and shopping areas. This work's been really important in reconnecting young people with services where they perhaps hadn't had as much support as they would have normally, and being able to understand what's going on for young people and how they've experienced things during lockdown. As you can see, we also get out and get involved in positive activities with young people where they can have a change in their community. Some young people taking part in activities to help clean up their areas, and some getting involved in sporting activities. During this time, we've also received funding from the Youth Endowment Fund, which has enabled us to set up a project called Street School. This is an extension of our detached youth work, enabling us to have 5 days a week worth of support in both the Chatham and Gillingham areas. And we're building this, so we're hoping to be out between about 3:30 and 6:30 every day after school in both Chatham and Gillingham Town Centre, working till about July 2021. This work's really working closely with young people to support them around issues they're experiencing, especially where young people are under particular vulnerability for being involved in violent crime or being threatened by that. During the school holidays, we're offering additional support activities, including, as you can see here from the photos at the bottom, this week in October we took a lot of young people, I think 23 in total, over to Medway Water Sports Centre to take part in a wide range of activities, from canoeing to raft building, survival skills, sailing and stand-up paddleboarding. They've had a really great time despite the weather not being all that great. I was talking to a worker earlier about young people who ended up swimming in the Medway even in this cold weather, and I really think that shows a real testament to young people triumphing over the adversity that sometimes they can experience. This work's been really carefully organised with thought around COVID and making sure young people are working in bubbles, also making sure that young people are completely safe when they're running these activities. So we're really proud to have been able to offer that, and we're looking forward to offering more activities like that in both February half term and May and Easter half terms. This October, we've started back some of our group work sessions. They do look a little bit different to what we normally run, where young people are able to turn up at our sessions and centres and just get involved. This time around, because we need to manage numbers quite closely, we've made a bookable offer available that you can find on www.medway.gov.uk/youth. And these activities include things like archery, arts club, Duke of Edinburgh Award, games night, cookery, music, sports, and some theatre workshops with Theatre 31, Nikon Theatre. There's also much more, and an opportunity when people book for these activities to suggest new activities that we might not have thought of. So please take a look at that programme, and if you don't see something you like, let us know what you'd be interested in. The team also has a specialist information advice and guidance team who support young people who are 16 and 17 who are not in education, training or employment. We have particular focus support for young people with additional needs and disabilities, for looked after children and young people known to the offending team. The link there for the Facebook page, IAG Medway, helps anyone who's interested in finding an extra job. It could be a Saturday job. It could be also around young people who want to get into an apprenticeship or find out about training opportunities. And our team post up lots of different opportunities there, and we'll support people who message them for extra advice. And that could be around things like CVs, to be able to find out where the best place to find job information for young people is. On top of that, we have the Be Yourself programme, which is supported by the Department of Work and Pensions, and that's for young people aged 16 to 21, and again up to 25 for those with additional needs. That offers short courses and projects for young people who aren't in education between 16 and 21 to try and help re-engage with employability or extra training or jobs. And some of the young people there are being supported also to be able to get their CSCS card to be able to help working in construction fields. And that's something that we're able to support people with if they're interested. So please take a look, and if you're interested and need extra support, please email the Be Yourself project at medway.gov.uk. This November we're starting a project called My Life, which is working with some young people who are unfortunately out of school for one reason or another, who are under 16, from 11 to 16 years old, and that's going to be running 6 to 8 week courses that mixes some of the Prince's Trust Achieve programme skills, which is a life skills programme, with some activities around things like music development and sports that are going to enable young people to develop and grow, but also working with them to re-engage with education. We know that some young people have had a really difficult time over the lockdown, but also some young people have a difficult time for lots of different reasons. Now, there are high tier services like CAMS, Children and Adults Mental Health Services, that are run by the local NELFT team. That's for young people who've got really high end problems, but sometimes if young people need a bit of early support around their mental health, we're able to offer brief intervention counselling. We can offer up to 6 sessions of brief intervention counselling for up to 50 young people this year. It's not a replacement for higher level services, but it is sometimes a place where young people can go to get a little bit of extra support if they're having a personal trouble. If you're interested in that, email us at youth.service@medway.gov.uk. The service also delivers one-to-one work in 10 Medway schools that are listed here. And this is where our youth workers will go into those schools and work with groups of young people who are referred over to them or asking them for additional support. We're not in all of those schools at this moment, but we're working with each school to get back, and that very much depends on the school's local policies. So some we're in at the moment and some we're getting to very soon. Some we're going to be offering some virtual support through Microsoft Teams and online support. So we're looking forward to getting back into more schools as time goes on. We're really excited that this year we've been funded by the NHS Trust to create a youth work team at Medway Hospital, and this is working with young people who are admitted through A&E, but also young people on the wards who might need a bit of additional support. These youth workers will be someone to talk to young people when they're sometimes having one of the hardest times that they might have had in their life, when they've got a health crisis or having particular health problems. It also will work to try and engage young people in other programs and services outside of the hospital, where we might be able to signpost them to youth services or early help or other programs that can offer additional support for young people. Last but not least, we have youth participation. Our youth participation team works with young people to get their voice heard in the community about issues that affect them. A big part of that is Medway Youth Council, who our youth participation worker Karen supports. They're a wonderful organisation, a youth-led organisation that campaign to be able to be heard, and they're involved in an awful lot of consultations, discussions, and also campaigns to be able to get positive change for young people in Medway. They organise a local conference for young people that usually happens in the real world, but this year is going to be virtual. And this year I believe it's going to be focusing on mental health in response to COVID. They also organise the regular Medway Youth Awards. This year, some of you may have seen Stay at Home Stars, which was a really popular scheme where we gathered together stories about young people who've done something amazing during the lockdown period, and we're hoping to be able to do something with that information to be able to share those stories later on. That team also does school council training and runs a small recruitment team, which a lot of people might not be aware of, but whenever we recruit staff for the youth service, young people are always involved in that decision-making process and interview some of the staff who come in, or all of the staff that come into the youth service. So if you know anyone who's interested in getting involved in that team, please email us and find out more. For all the things I've said earlier, if you're looking for extra targeted support for a young person who needs a bit of extra help, you can email youth.service@medway.gov.uk. If you'd just like to find out more about our general programme, you can go to medway.gov.uk/youth or email youth.inquiries@medway.gov.uk for further information. Thank you very much for listening. If you'd like any more information, please follow us on all our social media and find out more. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.